Okay, I think that we have figured out how to go live here on YouTube. It's been a while since I've been live. Hello everyone. I've been on Facebook Live a lot, but not YouTube. And so I am excited to be here. Let me go over and double check that it's working. But I am excited to come and color for a little while today with everyone. So I just want to make sure it's working before we say this was a success here. Looks like I've got some people online already. Hello! And I can't see your comments yet. I'm trying to get there. Oh, Rose is barking. She can hear my voice. Steve's in here trying to make sure that things are working. She can, oh, and she sees Rylan. Hi, Rylan. We just went live on oh no, we're here on YouTube. Ashley's down the hall. Ashley, we're live on YouTube. Oh, Rose is really barking at Ashley. It's just Ashley. It's all right. And we've got 25 people here now, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get to where I can see your comments. So hang in there, everybody. Coloring pages Bliss, because I want to be able to talk back to you guys. So sorry this is taking a little time here. Oh, are you okay, Rose? She just bonked her head on the on her hidey hole. Well, maybe my husband can come figure it out while I sit here and visit with you guys. So this was the coloring page we started on our, let's see, what was it? Steve, I'm going to get all the terms. It was Facebook Live on last Wednesday. So not a week ago, but pretty close to a week ago. And we pulled all these colors out of the Bliss Studio set. I'm going to grab that box here as soon as Steve is out of the way here, so I can show you which pencils I've got. And I grabbed them all and set them all up, and I set them all to the side when we were done with that live event, and I haven't had time to color since, but I wanted to finish it because it was turning out so good. And so I was like, I will do it this time. So I have been holding on to all of them, and now is the time. I have time finally to color. So I thought I'll do it live with all of you. So let's see, we've got some people here. Let me see who's live with me. I've got Nancy, my sister's here. Hello. And Patricia's here. I apologize if I mess up anybody's names. I'll do my best. Linda's here, and Kelly is here, and Anna is here. Oh, cool. And Karen and Ingrid. Hello, everyone. My husband's going to add a description to this live stream with links to this coloring page, links to describe how to do an analogous color scheme, links to the live event we did on Wednesday on Facebook. So in a minute there will be links galore showing up to help everybody. And otherwise we can sit here and chat and color and have just kind of a nice afternoon and have fun. Let me grab those pencils so you guys can see which pencils I'm using. And I wanted to turn on a little music, and the big light isn't on, Steve. If you wouldn't mind flipping that light on, then we'll have some better light for this. Ah, that's better. Oh, looks like we've got Vicky just came on. Everybody's popping on, and these are the pencils here from the Bliss Studio set that I pulled out on Wednesday. I might have to have you close the door too. We've got a house full of teenagers downstairs. Oh, creaky chair. That will be quiet soon here. And I just bumped the camera a little bit. Oh, good, it's not moving too much. And we've got Doreen. We've got Katie from Australia. Hello. And Kelly from the UK. This is so cool. And Beth is here. And Debbie is here. So cool. Okay, good. And then I wanted to come over here and see if I could turn on a little bit of background music so I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself. We'll turn it down so it's not too annoying. Okay, let me know, you guys, if that music gets too loud. Okay, so on my Facebook page, it's facebook.com/coloringpagesbliss. A lot of you have been posting your versions of this coloring page, and they are stunning. So much fun. And that's another reason why I have been so excited to sit down and finish my version of this sunshine, because I've been so inspired by your coloring. And so here we are, and we're going to do some coloring here and just have some fun together. And it feels like a Saturday. Doesn't it feel like Saturday, Steve? The kids are off school here in the United States because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so it just feels like Saturday. The doorbells are ringing, kids are coming in and out of the house like crazy, and it just does not feel like your regular Monday around here. So we are having a great time here. Let's see. Ingrid's asking, can you do some oil pastels in the future? Oh, I would love to. I am not experienced with oil pastels, although I would love to be. So we need to try it. I mean, it's a new skill I need. So... And we've got Anne Chesney is here. Hello, Anne. And we've got MJ is here. Hello. Now, I know I made notes of what color I used here in the middle. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's right here. This was from the other day when we were coloring together. I think it was this set. Yep, ice blue, dark blue, and light blue was what I did here in the center. So I think I will continue that. So we're working on an analogous color scheme. If you want to learn more about that, Steve, did you get those links? Did you manage to get all that? Yeah. Awesome. So we figured out how to get all those links. You can pop over. We're going to be here a while, at least an hour. So there's time to pop over and watch and learn all about the analogous color scheme. Basically, this is the color scheme I've picked right here. I put it right here so you guys can see what I'm working in. So I'm allowed to work from blue, blue, violet, and violet. And I also have a link there in the details. If you want to go download your own color wheel and build that, then you can play around with your own color wheel. That's from my website. So all those links are there. I tried to be really prepared as far as links go. And then I also was chatting with someone here on YouTube not too long ago about blending with Vaseline or petroleum jelly. This is just healing ointment that I picked up at Walmart. It's compared to like Aquaphor, so it's just another kind of petroleum jelly. And it reminded me that I haven't done this in a long time, and I kind of miss blending like this. So I thought maybe I would do some of that today because it's so much fun. But I can't do that right now because I want to match what I've done here first, and then we'll go ahead and play with this. And it looks like I was using a violet here. So I'm going to finish doing violet out here, and then we'll play with the petroleum jelly. And I can't remember what violets I was using here. I didn't write that down. So we'll just approximate. That looks good. And it looks like I picked more of a blue or violet for out on the edge. So how are you guys doing? I'm going to look over at the comments here as soon as I find a lighter violet to go with this. How about this one? Not light enough. Whoa, so I throw this around. Still seems a little loud, the music. Let me turn it down a bit. That's better. I don't want to feel like I'm shouting at you guys. Well, let's see. Anne is from Iowa. We've got Beth says she's waiting for an ice storm to start. Oh my word, I've seen pictures of the ice storms that you guys get back east, and they look nasty. Not fun at all. We don't get ice storms like that here in our mountains. We just get good old snowstorms. So I'm just doing a little 2-color blend here to finish up these bits. I'm working on oh dear, I can't remember what these were called, this little table. Maybe I didn't get a link to that, Steve. The Totally Tiffany's turntable here. Rotating something. Oh yeah, rotating design board. I thought that would make this process a little bit easier for all of us if I had this going today. I got a package in the mail today. Maybe I'll have to show you guys. I didn't think, well, it wasn't the mail actually, it was UPS, because I know the mail isn't delivering in the United States today. So there's a few color pencils still coming of brands that want to be included in my review series, and one of them finally came today, and I'm so excited. I'll have to show you guys what came. I'm so excited. Okay. I haven't had a chance to go comment on everyone's finished suns yet. I need to go do that because they are so pretty. Okay. Very good. Okay, so I think I'll set these aside since we used them for this in case we want to use that combination again. Okay, let me catch up on comments here. Yeah, Linda says she loves blending with Vaseline. Yeah, it's really fun. I usually don't do it with my Prismacolors because it really does break down the pencil lead. I know I talked about it already in my Color Like a Pro series, so you can go check out why I don't use it with my Prismacolors. But because today we're working with the Blick Studio pencils, it'll be a perfect opportunity to use the Vaseline, so I'm excited to do that. We've got Lynn from sunny Lancaster, California. You're gonna make us all jealous, Lynn. It's summer for Kate. Yeah, I know. You're gonna make us jealous too. 100 degrees for Kate. You're in Australia, right? That is so cool. And Josette, I think that's how you pronounce it, is in Florida. You're probably not too bad off with temperatures there. And Linda's in the 70s. Beth got a package on Saturday with her new alcohol markers. Ooh, exciting. I've been playing around with a set of alcohol markers last night that I got from Color It to review. And I was having a lot of fun playing around with blending and seeing what they would do. So that's cool. And we've got Bitten Lowenstein from Denmark in Europa. Wow, hello. And they're new to our channel. Welcome, welcome. We have so much fun here. I'm glad you found us. Oh, wow. And Josette says I pronounced her name right. Wow. And we've got Ingrid from Belgium, but right now they're in Canada. Brr, you are in a cold land there. Brr, brr, brr. I used to live in Canada, so I know how cold it is there. I was in Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, and oh my goodness, that is some cold land. Okay, so what I do when I'm coloring with this, I must be really, my hands must be hot because it's not staying on my, it's just melting right off my hand. That's hilarious. I usually put a small amount on the back of my hand, and that's where I hold the Vaseline that I'm working with. So I've got the 3 blues that I use to color this section here, and I think I'm going to come out to this outer edge and color in out here. And we start with the lightest, and I just touch in here like that. And I think what it does is it kind of breaks down the wax and makes it so that the pigments are more vibrant, is what the petroleum jelly and the Vaseline. You can use baby oil too, with the same effect. But it'll sort of make the tips go kind of mushy. Just a little heads up there. So, like I said in my Color Like a Pro video, I talk about other ways to use petroleum jelly, so you can go check that out if you want to. And now I'm going to go to my medium tone and kind of blend together. If you hear some strange noises, it sounds like my teenagers have moved outside and they're right below my window. I think they've got their dart guns and their Nerf dart guns. They're going outside to have a Nerf dart gun battle. We should have them call Caleb, Steve, my cousins, and have them come participate. I don't know how long they'll be battling though. And then I'm going to my darkest to do the last little bit. Trying to leave those little circles empty so I can hit them with a gel pen and give them some glitter here at the end. And then I'm going to use my lightest color to sort of go over the 3 layers to kind of bring it together. Sort of smooths it all out and brings the 3 tones, really matches them all together when you do this final step. I wish this software would let me zoom in a little closer, but it doesn't. They're supposed to be coming out with new software, YouTube is, for going live. So I hope that rumor is true, because I'm tired of using this other software.
Oh yeah, looks like it.
What? Did it freeze?
No, I was looking to see if there was a zoom, you know. Yeah.
No, this software is like a window to my desk, and that's it. I think if we wanted to risk losing connection, we could probably try like bringing up a photo or something from my phone or something, but that's about it. But I wouldn't dare. This software seems so finicky. Oh, sure, if you want to. I didn't know how busy you were. Am I missing tons of comments? I usually, when I do live YouTube, what I usually do, just so everyone knows, is I usually color a section and kind of let you guys chat. And I just sort of talk to myself for a little while. And then I'll usually look over and read a few comments and answer any questions. That way I actually get some progress done on what I'm doing. But Steve is handy, so he may come and read some of your comments so I can talk to you guys while I'm coloring. So, somehow I went darker on this side than I did over here, so I'm going to try to balance it by putting a little more pressure here. The nice thing about coloring with the Vaseline, especially if you have high pigmented pencils, like these ones here are pretty high pigmented, it doesn't take much pressure so you can color longer, which is what we love, right? Some pencils, you have to put so much pressure down to get good color. Look how pretty that color turned out. See the difference? Steve, this was done with the Vaseline and this was without the Vaseline. The center can, well, you'll be able to see there when you get it pulled up. Do we need to fix the microphone so your voice? Oh, you did already? Okay. So just so you guys know, then you can really see this is no Vaseline, so you see all the white speckles of the paper. And over here, because we used the Vaseline, it sort of just melts down in. That Vaseline breaks that wax down and it makes the pencil just sort of melt down into the paper without any pressure hardly. And voila, beautiful tones. Pretty amazing. Pretty cool. That's why I said I had to finish this purple area the same without using Vaseline, because I knew it would be so drastically different. So we'll move on over here. So cool. Okay. Steve's loading up his computer and then he'll catch us up with comments. So fun.
Bitten asked, just got colored pencil power blender. Have you tried that?
Ooh, that's a new one I haven't heard before. That sounds cool. I wonder if it's is it one of those that are sort of like a marker? Because I've seen the kinds that work like a marker that I've been curious about. I've wondered if they work different than just using, because I know like the colorless blenders by Tombow and by Prismacolor that they use for the water-based markers and the alcohol-based markers you can use with your color pencils. So I've wondered if the markers they're making for pencils are just more of the same thing, or if it's something new.
Let's see, Bitten did say it is some new stuff. Haven't used it yet. Kelly said that we can't get it in the UK yet.
Oh. I know different countries get different things. Wouldn't it be fun to travel around and see what everybody else has that we can't get in our own countries?
Diane asked, why did you say you didn't use this method with Prismacolor pencils?
My Prismacolors, I don't like dipping the tips of the pencil directly into the petroleum, because like I said, something about the petroleum jelly breaks down the pencil, which is beautiful. That's why we're getting this beautiful deep color. But when you're dipping directly into it with your pencil, it sort of makes the tips go mushy, and I worry that you actually end up wasting product with my Prismacolors. I do. And so you can go over and watch the Color Like a Pro blending episode. I think it's episode 7, and I'll show, I think I use my colorless blender. And so what I'll do is I'll lay down with my Prismacolors, I lay down all my color, and then I put the Vaseline on my hand just like this, and I use my colorless blender and I dip into it and then I blend like that. That way I'm not touching directly into the petroleum jelly with the actual pencils. Did I describe that good enough? I think I did.
Yeah.
If I confused you, go watch episode number 7 in the Color Like a Pro series, and I explain that there, and I think I even show you, and it's starting to happen here on these, but not as much because these are a harder core than the Prismacolors. The Prismacolors are they're designed to be a super soft core. And so when you start dipping them into things like this, they just start to break down. That's just what they do. So that's the way I preserve them and still get to use the petroleum jelly.
Beth asked, so the gel is better with hardcore pencils versus softer?
You can, if you want to dip directly into them, then yes, I would recommend using a harder core pencil, because they tend to stand up better. But really, you can use any pencils because you just modify what you're dipping in. And some people dip a Q-tip into it and do the blending that way. You can use a blending stub and dip into it and blend that way. So there's always a way to use your Prismacolors. I don't ever want to, I love my Prismacolors, so I don't want to ever tell someone not to use their Prismacolors.
Lynn says she owns 3 sets of just Prisma, Marco, Raffine.
I think we've decided Raffine.
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 That's French. Spectrum Noir.
Oh, nice.
She's obsessed with
beautiful color pencils. That's a good selection you've got there. That's a good set.
Nancy says she thinks she did her analogous colors wrong. She did red and orange. She should have looked at your color wheel before she started.
Like I said, there's no mistakes. It's just about participation and learning. And so if you've learned something, then you did great. Don't worry about it, Nancy. So was that my sister, Nancy? Oh, don't worry about it, Nancy. Like I said, no pressure here in my world. So just participate and have fun. So.
Yeah, Linda's obsessed with colored pencils also. She only owns Prismas and wants polychromos next.
Oh, I think I've got those coming. I called Faber-Castell and asked them to send me some more, and they agreed, and I was like, really? I love you. So I'm excited.
Lynn says those polychromos are her next purchase. Is the 60 set large enough? Of
polychromos?
Yeah.
I would, if you've got other pencils too, I would say probably so. And I haven't done the full review on them yet. I don't have the polychromos. All I have is a set of 12 of polychromos. So I don't know what they're going to send me. So when I get them, I'm going to see what they look like and what colors they have. And you know, so I don't know for sure yet. So, but if you have other pencils and you just kind of want more of a different type to supplement, then you're probably good. So, but I don't know. It becomes obsessive. I tell my husband it's sort of like, now I need them all. Even though you really don't need them all, but I do. I need them all.
Linda was talking about using the blending stub with Prismas and Vaseline.
Yeah, that works really good.
Diane said, yeah, that sounds like a good way to use the non-Prismacolor pencils.
Yeah. Yep, there's always a workaround. Doesn't matter what kind of pencils you have. This works so good with Crayola. Like if you've got Crayola or just a really inexpensive like Sargent Art or Pring or Pentel pencils. It doesn't matter when you use Vaseline, like I said, or if you use odorless mineral spirits. It's like magic. It sort of breaks it down, and even if it's a less pigmented pencil, it still will make that pigment like twice as bright. If you look here, see, it looks twice as dark. So if you've got kind of a wimpy pencil, then maybe this is what you want to try, because it's going to make your pencil look even more expensive. So it really does not matter what you've got. You can always find a workaround to make your pencils work better for you. So
Josette asked, does the Vaseline bleed to the other side of the paper?
Nope. Especially the small amount I'm using. You just barely touch into it. See, I've got this huge puddle and I'm kind of pulling it away and just barely touching into it. It's just enough to kind of start the reaction, and you'll feel it and you can kind of see it. You'll see, oh, it's still sort of white, kind of like over here. I can still see the white of the paper. I need just a little bit more. I better touch in. And you'll start learning it right away. It's sort of a feel. It feels more slippery. The white of the paper starts disappearing. It's a light pressure I'm using, so it's very relaxing. It's not a hard work. This method is not hard work. It does leave some pigment on your hand the way I do it. Not everybody puts it on their hand, but I don't know. I think it's quite convenient, and it moisturizes as you go, right?
Bitten said, I got 36 polychromos, not enough.
Oh, yeah? That's interesting.
Not enough of them.
That's interesting. I know. I just got... Should I show him what I just got? Steve hasn't even seen what I just got. Did you know UPS delivered? I didn't think UPS would deliver today because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Poor UPS drivers. They're probably the only ones working in the whole country.
Kate says, my son is holidaying in Japan and he is buying himself the full set of Holbein.
Oh my goodness.
I have dropped subtle hints saying he can buy me some too.
We should all place orders with your son. Japan is, if I had a place, that's one of them. If my husband, if he ever said, let's go somewhere arty, where would you like to go? I would say Japan.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot really.
Yeah. That's one of the first places I would go.
Josette asked, has anyone tried Gamsol for blending?
Oh, yeah. Gamsol is a brand name for odorless mineral spirits. And in my color pencil reviews, that's one of the tests I'm putting each and every one of the color pencils through. Because not all of them react the same to odorless mineral spirits. Gamsol is a great brand. So it works great. Very similar to what this does. So really fun to play with. We could play with some of that today too if we wanted to.
Yes, let's see that. Michelle says, I put the Vaseline on my hand too. I thought I was the only one who did that.
I've heard of people actually doing this and like using red and using it for lipstick. I saw a YouTube video about that. Use your Crayola pencils for makeup. That's what the title of the YouTube video was. And I was like, what? And they did a little bit of Vaseline and they mixed their red with the Vaseline and then they put it on their lips and that was how they used it. I thought that was hilarious. But it would work because it's all non-toxic. They can't give toxic pencils to kids. So... Anyway, all right, that's looking so pretty. Okay, so I have to show you guys what came from the UPS man. Are you guys all ready? Hold your breaths. Is everybody holding their breath?
I think they are.
Okay. Oh dear, it's way back there. Hold on. Don't let me bump the camera.
Do you need me to grab it?
I got it. Oh. All right. Here they are. Oh,
what are they?
The Caran d'Ache came.
Oh my goodness.
We have a set of 20 Luminance pencils and a set of 18 Pablo pencils. Isn't it a lovely sight?
Wow.
I know, it's like I have to be all... can't touch them or something, and they came so carefully wrapped and packaged I was so glad because I've been all afraid that they would break all the way here, and so they haven't even come out of the plastic yet. So after this we'll open them up and swatch them out and see if they are as amazing as everyone says they are. So I can't wait to put them through the tests. So yay, I'm so spoiled. Oh, yay! Pretty cool. Were they all just as impressed as me?
I was looking at the link for that powder blender.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay, now I gotta scooch back in. Don't bump the camera. Squeaky chair. Sorry, everybody.
It is very squeaky.
Okay.
Ooh, yes. Lots of oohs and ahs. Beth is drooling and they're jealous.
I'm really excited about that. It was really hard work to get a hold of the Caran d'Ache representative. But and he was so helpful once I found him. Because Caran d'Ache products are really high end, and so when I talked to him, he really, of course he wanted to make sure I was a legitimate YouTuber and legitimate artist and wasn't just looking for free pencils, And so I was glad to do that, share with him all about who I was, and then he wanted to educate me why his pencils are as expensive as they are, which his take on it was fascinating, and he what impressed me though the most about him was that he had nothing bad to say about the other brands. He was very generous, and he was just like, every brand has its place, and every pencil has a good reason to be there, and a good way to be used. And I was like, wow, that's really cool that he would act that way. And he said, I'm glad that it wasn't him that had to figure out how to test all these brands and try to keep it fair and try to educate everybody. And I was like, oh, did I really take on such a hard project? And he's like, I'm glad it's not me doing this. And so anyway, but I was like, wow, because I kind of expected him to say, well, we're better than so-and-so, and theirs is bad, and theirs is bad. But no, not at all. He was like, everybody's pencils are good in their own way, and this is why ours is good. And anyway, it was awesome. I was really impressed by him.
Patricia asked if you could zoom in. Too bad.
I wish I could, and it's this software I'm using, and I apologize. Like I said, YouTube is coming out with their own software, and I'm hoping it will have a zoom. I guess we could get a box and lift it up. Should we try that, Steve? Put it up on a box?
I guess.
Would it be blurry if we did that?
I don't know.
Let's try it. Hang on there, everyone. Let's bring us up a few inches closer. Let's see if it goes blurry. It's even a cute box.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, I'll try to hold it still for a second, and we'll see if it goes weird or what.
Yeah, it's fine.
Should I move it to the right, left?
It's like trying to catch up, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. That way just a little bit.
Am I right?
Yeah. And up maybe there. No, right in there.
Okay, we'll try that for a minute. Is that a little better, everybody? The other thing I've heard The other thing I've heard is that a little Vaseline helps when you're sharpening the pencils, but I don't know. Oops, I started with the light down there. Come back up here. But I don't know if it would, because it softens the tip so much. It seems like it would make it worse. So I don't know if I buy that. So if you want to participate in this coloring challenge we have going on, there's still a couple days. This is a free coloring page on my website. If you're watching this video relatively soon, you can go and download this page and participate in the challenge, which is basically coloring it with an analogous color scheme and then taking a picture of it and posting it on a certain post. There's a link to that post in the comments of this video, and then you're entered into the challenge, and there's a prize and everything, so it's kind of cool. But if you're watching this and it's been a week or two or something, don't worry, I'm always having challenges. So just come and check out my Facebook page and see what's going on, because there's always something fun going on. We have an awesome community. You guys are so cool with so much fun and so generous and kind, and so we always have fun things going on. And I'm hoping to be live here on YouTube more often now. Especially if their software they come out with is going to be an improvement over this sad software I'm stuck with right now. Then it will make coming live and being with you guys more accessible, more...
Yeah.
It'll be easier.
Lynn says her grandkids used Crayola crayons for the lip color.
Oh, fun. Oh, that's awesome. And pull this all together. Go over the whole thing with the lightest color.
Let's see, are you using your... Molly asked, are you using your gel pens?
I will be. I'm going to use those for the little dots here in the center. I used them. If I move them in the light, you can probably see the sparkle better. So I'm going to use them again here. And after I finish this outside edge, so I've got 3 more petals to go, then I'm going to use more gel pens. So we'll do some fun gel pen coloring here in just a minute.
And let's see. Kelly asked what you use to edit your videos for YouTube.
It's called Final Cut Pro, and it hurts my brain to use it. It's a good program, lots of options, but it's got quite a learning curve. My husband is a real professional at it, and so he's been training and teaching me. But it's a learning process.
And asked how to use the jelly in the blending. I think I missed it.
So what I'm doing is just touching. I've got a little bit of it. Let's show what it is. Here it is. This is just some I picked up at Walmart. So you can use Vaseline. This is like an Aquaphor type ointment. And I put a little dab. Usually you see it better, but I must have hot hands today because it's melting away. And then I just barely touch into it so it has just a tiny bit on the tip. And then you just start your coloring with it. And what it does is it sort of breaks down the wax and kind of melts it down into the tooth of the paper. And it makes it so that the pigment gets darker. If you see in the middle here, this was colored without using any ointment or any blending tools. I just sort of lightly blended it. And then of course this little area here was a different color pencil, but it was also used with no ointment or blending tools. And then out here I'm using the ointment, and you get such a pretty deep, almost marker-like effect out here. So it's really fun and pretty easy. You have to be a little bit careful because the wax will sort of break down the tip of the pencil a bit. But these are my Bliss Studio pencils. Here you can see it's starting to do it more now. These are my Bliss Studio pencils. So I'm not too precious about these pencils. They're not as expensive as, say, my Prismacolors or any of my other pencils. And then also my Prismacolors are a soft core lead, and so they kind of go mushy and break down faster. So in my Color Like a Pro series, I show how I use this ointment with my Prismacolor pencils. I use it like a blending stub or my colorless blender instead of dipping directly into the ointment, and that works a little better.
Patricia asked, how long before the Karen Dash unboxing and testing? I don't want to miss it. I just discovered your channel and I love it.
They'll be probably a couple weeks away. We've got the next ones up are the Tombow Recycled and Tombow Erogetin. They're both have been videoed already, and we have giveaways for both of those. Tombow sent us extras. Woo, Tombow, we love you. Anyway, sorry. I love giving you guys free stuff. So when they said, oh, yeah, we'll send you free stuff, I was like, yes. Anyway, so they are right away. We're going to start editing that tonight. And then we'll put those up as soon as they're edited. So the faster my little fingers can go on that edit, the faster they'll go up. And we'll start giveaways for that. And then I just have to decide what I do next. I keep getting requests for do this one next and do that one next. So I kind of need to balance out which ones I have giveaways for, which ones I don't have giveaways for, and kind of spread them out. And I'm also trying to spread out less expensive brands with more expensive brands. So it's kind of a balancing act. So I can't give you a specific date, but if you subscribe to my channel and then there's a little bell that's like notifications, if you click on that, you can tell it to notify you when I upload videos. Then you won't miss anything. And no matter when it comes up, you'll get notified. So that's a good way to do it. Plus, I always post them on my Facebook page. So you can go and follow me on Coloring Pages Bliss on Facebook. And then you won't miss them there either. So I hope that was a clear enough answer to say I don't know when, basically. But now you know why I don't know when. It's a good reason. I have so many things to give away that it gets complicated. So, plus I'm trying to balance it with, I want to do more gel pen videos because I know how much you guys love learning new gel pen techniques. So I'm trying to keep all my content balanced, not do way too much color pencil. Plus, somewhere in there I have to draw new coloring pages. Somewhere in there. Yep. So, I need 3 of me.
Bitten says, I like when you have text on your drawings.
Oh, I'm glad you like those. I worry about people who are not English as their primary language. I don't want to alienate them. But I guess I speak English, and I guess that's what they would expect, right? So I'm glad you like them. I've been thinking about doing a printed coloring book of all of my inspirational word coloring pages put together, and then producing some new ones.
Ingrid asks, so a harder core pencil is better for this ointment, so I don't have to use my Prismacolor pencils?
You can use any pencils you want. A hard core pencil isn't going to break down as fast. Like I said, you can kind of see how the tip of this is getting kind of mushed. So, yep, go ahead and use your hardcore pencils. That sounds funny. Did I answer that good? Any pencils are going to work. Like I said, the great thing about this method is that you're not going to have to do the hard work of really, what's the word when you burnish it in, and you have to really push hard to get the pencil to push down into the tooth of the paper, because when you use the Vaseline, it just sort of melts down into that tooth.
Mimi says you're such a good artist.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me. See, we have the best community. You guys are so sweet because you guys are all such great artists. You could go look at those amazing flowers. Have you gone and looked yet, Steve, at the flowers everybody's doing? Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. We have an amazing, but like I said, it does not matter. Don't be intimidated. I don't care if you go out of the lines and it's crazy and no blending. I don't care. All it is just, I want people to just color and relax and participate. So.
I should color one and submit it. That'll make them feel better.
You would be better everyone is good. Aw, don't be so hard on yourself. Now everyone's gonna... You would be awesome too. Everybody's good.
Tiffany says, sorry I'm late. Had some family stuff to deal with. Love this page. Is this one of the members only pages?
Hi, Tiffany. This is just my regular old YouTube page. Regular old. This is my fabulous.
I wonder if she's talking
Oh,
about the
this
coloring
page. This page is a free coloring page. So everyone can download it. Come and get it. There's a link in the description of this video that I already had Steve put up there. So go and grab it. We're going to be here for a little while, so don't feel like you're going to leave and miss us. You can go get it and print it and color along if you'd like to. If you want to join in on our challenge that we're having, then the challenge is to color it with an analogous color scheme. So, and you can learn all about analogous color schemes in another video that we posted just a couple days ago. And that link is also in the description. So we've been learning a lot about color theory, but just a little at a time, so it's not overwhelming and not difficult. Just kind of fun little tips to help us with our coloring. So much fun. Alright, we're almost done with this, and then we'll move on to gel pens. I love my gel pens. And like I said, I've been wanting to do more gel pen videos lately, so I'm excited. I need to get them out and play with them more and come up with a new technique or something.
Tiffany says, oh, cool. She's going to go download it now.
Ah, nice.
And Kelly says she loves your videos.
Oh, thank you.
And says, thanks for the advice. And Mimi, I love your art.
Oh, you guys are awesome. I love sharing it with you guys.
Ingrid says, I did download the color wheel not too long ago. Thanks for this.
Oh, good. So much fun. The color wheel is a lot of fun to be able to use your own pencils or pens and make it using your own tools so you can compare it to your own tools. Alright, let's move to gel pens. I'm just hitting a few spots that I can see I missed using my lightest pencil. Okay, so the last thing, and maybe Steve, will you grab me a tissue? I forgot to grab a tissue that's right in that cupboard there. The last thing to do when you're done is make sure you wipe off the tips of any pencils that were dipped into the Vaseline or ointment, or it'll just sit on there and keep breaking down that wax. And we don't want that to happen. Okay. See how much, not too much of a waste. If that had been my Prismacolors, there would have been a lot more that would have come off, because that's such a soft core, it just kind of melts away using this. Okay, that right there. And then I just rub it in. The blue is hardly any, see, you almost can't see that it was there. Okay. My son made me this ring today. Isn't it pretty? I love it. Okay. So these pens here are all the ones I pulled out that I thought would fit in my analogous color scheme. And this is all coming from one set of the Gel Writer gel pens. And I think we even have a review on this particular set. It's that one where I unboxed it and everything. You could probably put a link in there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So there's a mix here of metallics and glitters and all kinds of stuff. So as you've seen in my other videos, you kind of want to be conscious of mixing and blending glitters with glitters and that kind of thing. So the other thing that I need to be aware of as I'm starting here is that I'm working on my colored pencil paper. It's a paper that has more of a tooth. It's not a slick paper. And usually when I'm doing gel pen art, I usually print it onto paper that is a little more slick, like a cardstock that is
smooth.
What's the word for that kind? Is it just smooth?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that's when it's got the texture?
Vellum.
Vellum is with texture. See, I have such a hard time remembering. One of these days I'll remember. So this is more of a vellum paper. And so I need to be careful and remember, well, not be careful, but just remember that it's probably going to take more ink than normal if I'm going to do my smearing technique and stuff. So that's the only problem with doing mixed media on my color pencil paper. Okay, lecture over. Let's see if I can find my spatula here.
Tiffany asked, how did you stick the small circles onto the wheel?
I am using my handy dandy tape. It's just painter's tape, blue low tack painter's tape. And I just do little rolls of it. And, oh, that one's almost out of tack now. I'm going to have to replace it because I use them so often. So, just regular old tape. I buy rolls of it and use it for everything around my house. And I'm not seeing my regular spatula. Let's see. Spatula. Where would I have tucked it, Rose? Oh, it's right here. Woohoo! Okay, we are armed and dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to start out by finishing up the dots along the edges. And for that, I'm going to match what I did in the center, which was just a whole bunch of random colors. I didn't do anything other than just pick glitter pens for that. So if I put these here, I think you guys can still see them over here, right? So I'm just going to hit a few spots. This is where that turntable comes in handy. We can move pretty fast. And I'm going to grab this and have it handy for tapping. That's another problem with mixing color pencil with gel pen, is sometimes the wax of the color pencil will kind of clog up your gel pen tip. So you have to have a tissue and then sometimes tap it off to get the gel going again. It's part of the fun. Do you guys mix your gel pens and your color pencils a lot?
Lynn asked, I printed your coloring page on inkjet printer. Will the Vaseline make the ink smudge?
It shouldn't, not any more than anything else. If it ever has a problem, you can use a workable fixative spray that you find in an art or craft store to help fix the printer ink. But that spray will actually leave texture on your paper, so just be aware of that. I've been meaning to do a video about that spray and I haven't had time yet. I love gel pens. Okay, let's do another purple. A sparkly purple. Way down here, maybe. I think I'll just kind of fill in the last of them with this one. Maybe, Steve, we should have you go share on our Facebook page that I'm live. Just thought of that. They would probably like to know that. Oh no, the teenagers are outside again. Almost done. Okay. The big bright studio lights make it so I miss things sometimes. Okay, that looks pretty. I'll move it in the light a little bit so you guys can see the sparkle. Pretty. Okay, and let's see what kind of blending we can make happen with the with this paper and our gel pens. And I think, let's see, I'd like to do sort of these leaf type areas in a nice deep purple color. Wow, it's hard to see sometimes under these lights what color they really are. I don't think that's a metallic. I think that's just a plain purple.
See, Lynn says, beautiful page. I printed it. It's way prettier in person.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Oh.
And To Color My World says, I always have trouble getting the gel to color over the pencil.
Yeah. So, if you use that fixative spray I was just talking about, that can help.
Ingrid is asking where we're at and what time it is here.
I'm in Utah. South Jordan, Utah, so it's, I don't know what time it is to tell you the truth.
4:45.
4:45 p.m. here. Okay, so we've got a couple metallics and a glitter. So I'm wondering if I lay the regular ink down first. Oh, that's a metallic. I think this was the regular one. Yeah. I'm wondering if I lay the regular one down and then smear the glitter on top. I bet that would look really pretty. Let's try that. Okay, let's see what happens. Ooh, it's very dark. I guess I want it dark. Maybe.
Eula says, I love the board you're using. What is it called and where can I find one?
This board is from TotallyTiffany.com. Steve will put a link on there if he hasn't already. And it's called the Rotating Project Board?
Design or something.
Design
Project
board.
Design. We'll find it here.
He's going to go find a link for you. And yeah, it's pretty handy. I did a review on it along with the Totally Tiffany Color Keeper. So you can go watch that review. It's got links to it as well.
Let's see, there's the link to that.
And I ended up, if you take a peek under here, maybe I can lift it up. I ended up putting some clear contact paper down on it, on the top layer, so that if I get, well, when I get ink on it or scratch it or whatever, then I can just pull off that contact paper and put some more clear contact paper back down on it again. So Because one of my worries about it was so pretty and white. I didn't want to ruin it. So that was how I solved that problem. And then I just sort of used some cute washi tape because, you know, everything's got to be cute. I could use my blue painter's tape too, but I couldn't find it right at the time. And I taped it down and away we go. So, let's see.
Color My World says she found, let's see. She'll use like watercolor pencils and mix those with the... And once it's smeared, she can get the gel to cover.
Oh, pretty. I haven't pulled out my watercolor pencils in a long time. I need to pull those out. So much art in so little time.
It says, just found your I Am Strong. Just love it. I have to print in color just as a gift for me.
Yay! Yeah, I love that one too. That one's really fun to do with gel pens. All those tiny little flowers and... That one's a fun one. I think what I'm going to end up doing is a really dark purple on one side of the leaf and then maybe a lighter purple on the other side of the leaf. I don't know, we'll see. If I do both sides of the purple, we're going to lose that it's got a crease down the middle for sure because it's so dark, the one I picked. So I'm just going to do half of the leaf right now, and then I'll make that decision in a minute.
Josette says, thanks for all the great info. I've got to run now. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. You have a great day. Stay warm if you're in a cold climate.
Stay cool if you're in Australia.
Yeah, stay cool if you're in 100-degree weather, Australia. I need to color a summery one for our Australian friends. It's amazing to me. I love that we're such a global world now. Oh, this pen is a happy pen. It's just going like crazy. Look at this. I haven't had to tap it once. I shouldn't have said that. Now that I've said that, it's going to have a problem, right? No, it's just going to keep going. We're going to make it all the way around, right? So, Steve, what analogous colors would you pick if we had you color this one?
Probably the blue from the blue-green side.
And would you use color pencils or would you use markers?
I don't know.
Which medium would inspire you? Is there any that you've been wanting to try?
Probably colored pencils.
Is there any of the brands of color pencils that have you most intrigued?
Prismacolors. You seem to like, well, you know, mostly because it's what you like.
I gave him a surprised look. I think it's probably because we're sitting on like 30 different brands and I'm like, wow.
I don't know, maybe the preciousness of the Caran d'Ache would be lost on me. I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll see when I pull them out and use them the very first time. If I start squealing with delight, maybe you'll be like, never mind, hand over the Caran d'Ache. Which ones was it I pulled out and I started using and I was like, oh, I was so excited. Because I had low expectations and when they started working so good, I was so excited. Oh, it was the Kohinoors.
Oh, yeah.
Those, I thought they would just sort of be average pencils, but I was really surprised at how great they are. I'm excited to do, maybe we'll have to do their reviews. We have free ones of those to give away too.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Linda's very nice. She says, I love Jen's videos. I've learned tons. You're awesome.
Thank you. Oh, that turned out pretty, that dark purple. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're going to experiment here. You guys ready to play with me? So I laid down a layer of just plain purple. This is no metallic, no glitter, nothing. So I'll show you. I'll move it in the light. So now what I'm going to try to do is lay a glittery gel pen on top and use my blending tool and try to do that smear out across the top of it to kind of get a blend and a little glimmer on it here and see how that goes. And I think I can't decide if I should have it glimmer from the bottom up or the top down. Decisions. Maybe from the top down. So, oh, see, I can already feel it's like a really thirsty paper, all this tooth. Oh, there it went. It smeared from all the way up here, all the way down there. Let's see if you can see it. It's pretty. I hope you can see it. But I put down maybe less than 1/4 of an inch of gel and it smeared all the way down there. Now, I'm not sure, but if I had done it without laying down the regular gel first, I don't know if we would have gotten it to smear that far. But now it looks really pretty. I hope you can see that.
Yeah, it's hard to see on here.
Maybe I'll have to lift it up higher. Okay, so I'm laying down kind of several layers, so it's pretty heavy. And then using my smear tool to drag it out. That one didn't smear as happily. So I'm going to lay down right on top of where I was before some more. Really lightly is how I'm doing it. And smearing it out again. So let's see if I bring it up. Okay, bear with me. Let's see if I can get it to show you guys better. If I bring it up more. I hope you can see. I'll try just wiggling it lightly in the light. Maybe Steve can tell me if that's showing up better.
Let's see if it finally...
We have better software to show you guys live at least. Did it show a little better?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted that contrast of the matte and the sparkle. Look, did you hear me find a word? A matte word. Sometimes I'm really impressed with myself when I find a word like that. Pull it out of this brain of mine.
Stephanie says she's doing a page with red violet, violet, and blue violet.
Ooh.
With a splash of vibrant yellow green.
Ooh. That sounds gorgeous. Oh. I waited a little too long for that smear. Pretty, pretty. How long have we been on, Mr. Stay?
An hour and 13 minutes.
Okay. Did you remember to share it to our Facebook friends?
I did.
Thank you. How many people do we have here with us?
Right now, 34.
Oh, cool.
40, 50.
That's so cool. It's so fun to have people come join me.
Who was it that, let's see, somebody was on, or it was midnight their time.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see if they're
Wow. I know I need to do a late night coloring here, late night my time, because then we would catch a different group. Maybe some more of our international friends would be able to join us. And this one really doesn't want to blend. It must be a really thirsty spot on the paper. These pens are working really good today. Maybe it's my hot hands. I can't believe how hot my hands are today. I've heard if you heat up gel pens, it makes them work better. Although I've been pretty desperate to get a pen to work before, and I tried warming it up, and it didn't do any good, so I don't buy it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Kelly and Bitten are still hanging with us.
Wow, you guys were
Denmark
here at
and
the
UK,
very beginning.
So it's like midnight, 1 a.m. now. For
Oh,
Bitten.
wow. You guys are awesome. Okay, we need like a lighter color now to do the second side, I think. So that we can tell that there's two pieces to our leaf. So let's see, either we need to go for blue or we need a lighter purple. And I don't know if we can find a lighter purple. There's lots of just slightly lighter. This is the deep purple we used here. Lots in the same tone.
Stephanie says, I'm unfortunately recovering from a near-death experience.
Oh my word.
I'm unable to purchase the Prismacolor Faber-Castells. I am using a combo of Crayola and Crazy Art.
Oh my word. I hope you're all right. Well, maybe I'll pull out my Crayolas and show you what you can do with your Crayolas, because you can still come up with gorgeous art with your Crayolas. I've been wanting to do a video talking about that it really doesn't matter. Well, I'm wondering if we should go blue, because I'm worried we don't have enough of a... I didn't finish my thought, did I? I'm not finishing any thoughts.
I'm a little distracted looking through pulling lines and colors and trying to chat.
What I was going to say is I've been wanting to do a video. See, I keep pulling metallics. Maybe we should just embrace metallics. I didn't finish my thought again.
Distracted by...
Okay, my thought was I've been wanting to do a video specifically talking about if all you have is inexpensive stuff, that it doesn't matter, that you're happy, that you should be happy and really embrace and love your stuff. Because especially with doing all these reviews of these really expensive stuff, I don't want people to feel bad or like they can't produce beautiful art because they don't have the $80 pencils or whatever, you know. And so, because I didn't have anything like that for a really, really long time, so it doesn't matter. So I want to do a video about that.
Maybe showing how to get the most out of them.
Yeah, and just dedicated to the awesome pencils and what they can do, the awesome inexpensive pencils. And so okay, sorry, that was really dramatic. Okay, well, I'm thinking if you look at this sample that I'm doing, the metallics are coming out looking a lot lighter, even though they don't look lighter here. Just because of the way the light's hitting them, they're looking lighter. So I'm thinking if we do the second half of the leaf in a metallic, it will just appear lighter. Let's try it. Because I want to keep the leaves purple. Because we have so much blue going on already, I thought having the purple leaves would be a good, what's the word? Contrast. Ah, I found the word again. I'm doing good. Okay. So we're going to try doing the metallic. And hopefully it will kind of come out looking like a lavender or a light purple color, even though the tube would imply that it's a dark purple color.
Let's see, Christina said even with all the quality control, I would still go with Prismas over Faber-Castell Chromos. I have both, and the Prismas are better in coloring books. And she says they're cheaper.
It's awesome that Prismacolor has been dropping their prices. I'm really happy about that. And like I said in my review, I haven't had any quality control problems. And I really wonder if the reason their quality control problems are so... we're hearing about it so much is because so many have been sold. You know, you sell 100 of a product and 10% have a problem. That's only how many will you hear about? you only hear 10 people complain. But if you sell 1,000 of a product and 10% complain, you hear 100 complaints. So you would just automatically hear more complaints. You know what I mean? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
And so that I've really wondered if that's what's happening. If it's not really any more complaints than normal, it's just...
Yeah, don't know.
I don't know. It's the nature of that pencil. It's a soft core pencil, and if you put a lot of pressure on it, anyone's going to bust that tip. So that's the other thing I've wondered. I didn't say that in my review because I didn't want to anger the world, but a lot of people are really heavy-handed with their tools, and if you push hard on those tips, they break. They just do. And so... Well,
you've had that problem with almost every brand that you've been
testing. Oh, yeah, any of them, if you push hard, they're going to break. They're pencils. That's what they do. It's like if you bought paper and you pushed on it and you put a hole in it, you wouldn't complain, right? Anyway, I didn't say all that in my review because I knew I would anger people. I just said my experience is that I haven't had any break and I can sharpen them and use them beautifully. So
Judy says there truly was a bad run of them. She thinks it's over now.
I hope so. Because they are dropping in price, and wouldn't that be amazing
if they've had to because of that?
Yeah. But wouldn't that be amazing if a really high quality pencil truly could drop in price and be available to everyone? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah. Is there... What was it? You had that person send you a link or something, or a message saying how they had just dropped again on Amazon.
Yeah, the 72 set just dropped to like $33. I couldn't believe that.
Go look and see.
I put it in our shopping bin because I thought it might be worth buying one to do as a giveaway one of these days to our premium members.
Yeah.
Because that's fantastic. One of these days when we have a little extra money, maybe we should buy a set to give away. Now, another problem I have with the metallics is in my studio here, I have a giant balloon light right above me, and it catches the metallics, and it makes it hard for me to see if I am missing anything as I'm coloring with the metallics. So if I lay down the metallic ink, and then after I have a section done, if I smooth it out with my tool, it helps the coverage go on a little better and hides the strokes of my pen. So you can use your tool just for general coloring as well.
I put a link in there. Yeah, it's $34 for the 72.
Oh, so it went up $1 from yesterday. And that is a trick you can do with Amazon. If you drop the thing you want into your shopping cart and then leave it there and go check once a day. When every day, if you go check, it will alert you when you open up your cart. It'll say, your Prismacolor pencils have just dropped in price, and you can say, oh wow, that just dropped $5. I guess it's time for me to buy it. So I do that with things that I'm watching that I want to do for giveaways, like gel pens or other things. And then when it drops in price, I'll say, okay, Steve, it's time for us to buy it.
Yeah, it looks like they're about $87 now, the 150s.
Wow. That's a lot less than when I got mine a year ago. That's amazing. Well, I'm really happy with how this is looking. Does it show up well on the camera, Steve? The metallic. It's almost a lavender look compared to the darker purple side.
Yeah, when you're done, you'll have to lift it up like you did and kind of move it in the light.
Does it look lavendery right now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So fun. I love coloring. I love coloring.
Lynn says you've taught me to be more light-handed.
Oh, good. I had a set the other day that was, I can't remember which set it was, and I was worried about it breaking, and so I did my rules that we learned, I can't remember how many weeks ago, about holding pencils differently. I can't remember, we did it during a live event, and we talked about all the different ways of holding your pencils, the different grips, and I tried a different way of holding it, and it automatically corrected my problem.
Oh.
I wasn't holding it, I wasn't working so heavy-handed, and the colors were coming out better, and I was like, oh, I need to remember to remind my community about the different grips they can use if they're having problems with their pencils. Has anybody else bought a spatula and been using a spatula with their gel pens? I think that's one of our most popular videos. Everybody likes my spatula trick. It's so much fun to find inexpensive things that most of us have that can work in the art world. I've got another Totally Tiffany product that I get to review here this week. I'm excited about that. So many things going on. Almost done with the light purple, and then I'll show it to you guys. There. I like that when you're done, there's almost nothing left on that tool. Don't waste anything. All stays on your coloring page. Hello, Rylan. We're still live on YouTube. What do you think of my coloring?
It's pretty.
Thank you.
I like the colors.
I thought you might. I showed him your ring that you made me.
Oh.
It's so pretty. I need more. I need one for every finger.
Oh my. I think that would get in the way.
Oh, I just need them all. Okay, let me move this in the light so you can see how pretty that light purple. And as soon as I lift it up, I start seeing little areas I missed, but that's okay. Like I said, the studio lighting makes it hard for me to see areas I miss. But there you go. Pretty. I love gel pens. Okay. Now, are there any questions or anything? I'm going to grab a drink here and then we'll pick another area to color.
Anna says that she has a spatula and loves it.
Awesome, Anna.
Judy is glad she didn't give away her set of 50 Crayolas. She's going to try them with a petroleum product.
Awesome. Yes. You let me know how it goes. You should post how your results go on my Facebook page. I'd love to hear.
Lisa says she hasn't had much time to play. She just downloaded the page and is looking forward to playing with gel pens again.
Very good. I like it when you take a break from something for a while and then you come back to it and you're just like, oh, I forgot how fun gel pens are. It's fun.
Kelly loves the page you're working on at the moment.
Oh,
loves
thank
the colors.
you. Thank you.
Brenda says it's very pretty. I like the idea of covering your board with contact paper.
Yeah, it worked out really good. I like it too. Of course, my perfectionism came out and there were a few bubbles, air bubbles on it, but I just, don't look at it, Jennifer. Let it go.
Tammy says, glad I didn't miss you, Jan. I was taking
Oh.
a nap. Hugs.
Hello, Tammy. It's good to see you. Well, hear you.
Read you.
Read you, yeah. You have my husband's voice. How did you do that? Okay. Well, we could stick with gel pens, or I could move on to some markers. What would you guys like me to do? Why don't you guys tell me what you want? I do think, for sure though, while you guys are voicing if you want me to move on to markers or not, I'm going to color in the ends of these with this really cool color of greenish. Well, it's not greenish blue, it's really blue, but...
Tammy says she's magic. She's magical.
Yes, you are. There, this one. There we go. Now we're working.
Let's see. Kate still votes for gel pens.
Okay.
Brenda says, I would like you to show us how to use the watercolor pencils.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, well, I wonder if this paper would cooperate. Okay, any other votes?
She just retracted her message.
Oh, you retracted? Usually with watercolor pencils, I would prep the paper. I have a video about that, if you ever want to go check it out. Can't remember the name of it. Something about making our paper watercolor resistant or something.
Watercolor safe.
Watercolor safe, that was it.
Let's see. I'll find it.
You can do a little watercolor without... I think I might have to pass on that, simply because I just remembered my watercolor pencils are like packed away with another project. I think I'll do a few of these in this blue because I'm not done with it. It's such a pretty blue. Look at that blue. I'm going to bring it up because it is a stunning blue. I want a shirt or something in this blue. This is so pretty. I should like color my fingernails with this pen.
Oh no. Kimberly says, sorry I missed. I cracked my rib.
Ow!
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Oh man, not fun. My dad has a tendency to do that, and in fact he did that right before Christmas, didn't he?
Yeah.
He fell and cracked his rib, and he looked so miserable. I am so sorry. Are you all bruised up too? He was all bruised up.
Lisa votes for markers.
Okay.
Kimberly with the cracked rib votes for jelly rolls.
Goodness, we should give Kimberly
Jelly
anything
rolls.
she wants.
Original Keisha says, let's see some markers. Can't seem to get markers or gel pens under my control.
Uh-huh.
And Stephanie votes for markers. Kate says, send me your husband. He is so helpful.
I told everybody that they're going to all just love you by the time that they all get to know you, because I do have an awesome husband.
Ah, shucks.
I said, I'll lend my husband to all of you during the hours that we do our live events, but then I get him back again.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so I decided to grab that metallic I used around on the light side here, and I'm putting them next to this really cool blue I picked because it's just so pretty. Well, what do you think, Steve? What's the vote? I can't decide what to do next.
You've had several markers. You haven't used those. You had a vote for the Prismacolors. Tammy says, I see you blushing, Steve. She is magical.
Nice husband.
Pepper asked us you're drawing on a Lazy Susan thing.
Yeah, this is a board by the nice people at TotallyTiffany.com. And I think my husband put a link.
Yeah,
Did you put it in the description?
Oh, I should do that in the description since it was. I put some in the chat, but
Yeah, he'll just put it up in the description. I have a review on it. There's a couple
somebody
months
mentioned
ago.
it looked like it was sold out. So
Oh dear. Well, send the Totally Tiffany people an email and say, Jennifer was using it at her live thing and I want it. And then they'll know I've been using it some more. No, they love me and I love them because they always say, I'll give your people free stuff. And I love that. So they are making this and they're also sending us more free stuff to send to you guys. It's this really cool shelf thing and it has like 5 little drawers and I'm going to be filming that tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. So that's a free giveaway that's coming right up. And I think they're going to be offering you guys... Wait, I'm confused. So tomorrow, I'll have to go reread their emails and see what exactly I'm supposed to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm filming it. It's full of my markers right now. If I pull out those markers, except I think I'll bring out my watercolor markers because if I remember right, I've had a lot of requests to have the watercolor markers demoed.
yeah, it looks like the rotating design board is not available at the moment, and I can't find the page that was just the design board. I found the combo page with the color keeper stand in store, but
Oh, so is that available?
no, it's not.
Oh. Okay. Well, send her an email. Tiffany's awesome. Send her people an email and just say I'm interested in it and see if they'll respond and tell you what's up. Hopefully they're just behind from the Christmas push and they're still making it.
Kimberly asked, is the board something you can use in bed?
Yeah, you can use it as a lap board. It's a little heavy because it's all wood, but because it's all wood, it's pretty sturdy. So there's a trade-off there, you know. When you do an all wood product, you get weight. And then the little mechanism in the middle is a really high quality pivot. So it's heavy too. It's like steel. It's not a cheap thing as far as production goes.
And is voting for Inktense pencils.
That is one brand I don't have. Gasp. I could not get a hold of the Derwent company. I tried. But every time I called them, it cost me, I can't remember how much to make that phone call because it was international. And so it ended up being cheaper for me to just buy the Colorsoft line than it was to keep trying to call their company. And so I had to make a choice between the Inktense or the Colorsoft. And the Inktense is a water-soluble pencil. So I decided to hold off on the Inktense until I'm ready to review and demonstrate the the water-soluble pencils. And stick with non-water-soluble pencils for this review series. And that's why the Colorsoft line was what I picked from the Derwent company. So hopefully, maybe Derwent will see all my reviews and say, why did we not respond to her kind emails? And send me an Inktense line, and then I can demonstrate it for all of you fine people. And didn't the inside of that ring turn out gorgeous? Do you not want a bracelet that looks just like that? Let me show you in the light. Oh, I want a bracelet just like that, Steve. Make it for me.
Rylan, good.
Yeah, Rylan, make it for me. Okay, so did we decide we want watercolor markers?
Or, I think any markers.
Any markers?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do water-based markers. I'm going to make you get them for me so I don't have to move.
Which ones?
That black case right there, yep. Plus, they're also handy dandy. We'll pull out the good old Tombos. Hello, Tombos. Okay, because everybody's going to ask, this is the Tran case. This one I bought dickblick.com. See how long they are. And the way I buy my Tombos is they come in sets of 10. Is usually the best way to buy Tombos. They're cheaper per pen if you buy them that way. And so they have several sets of 10. And then I bought additional, because they sell them open stock. So I bought additional pens open stock to sort of fill out, like I love purples and pinks. So you see I have a lot in the purple and pink section. So that's how I did it. And then this little Ziploc bag with a white card in it is here simply for blending, and I'll show you that here in just a second. And then I have a small card with, I don't think all of them are on here anymore. I need to update this, but this has most of the colors on it here. So that's how I keep track of my Tombow markers. Oh, and then I have a few colorless blenders. I think I have 3 totals, and they're in different kits. I have different coloring kits. I've talked about those before. I keep one in here with all my Tombows, and then there's some in other kits as well. So that's what this is, a colorless blender. Okay, now you know about my Tombows. Okay, so we're staying with our analogous color scheme, so that means we need to pull out colors that are blue, blue-violet, and violet. Switch back over here to, again, my purple land. We just need to stay out of the red-violet and stay in violet type areas. So pretty much all of these would be analogous. And this is kind of lingering into the red-violet, so I'm going to leave that there. And we could use any of these. So maybe I'll tuck these in here for now, since there's 4 of them. That worked out well. And this will be the pens I can choose from. And I buy most of my Tombows from Dick Blick. I think is where I find the best deals. Ever so often Amazon has a really good deal, but Dick Blick has been a real winner for Tombows, so that's a great place, a great source for your markers for Tombows.
Tammy asked, Jan, did you see my galaxy fish sunflower? Or galaxy-ish. Sorry, not fish.
I was like, galaxy fish? I don't remember any fish sunflowers.
Or galaxy-ish sunflower.
I have not looked closely at them yet. After this, I was going to go look and do a personal comment on each entry. So watch for my comment, and I will. Like I said, I'll go comment on all of them. So, not yet. I haven't had time. And Sunday I try to not do any work. So I do bare minimum on Sunday, and then Monday is when I hit the ground running again. So.
Okay, she says it's on the contest link. So.
Okay, perfect. All right, so as far as these markers go, let me grab a piece of paper. Let's see, I don't know which. Let's try. Come on. They are water-based, so you have to be careful. You know, you don't want anything underneath it that it might bleed through. Which is one nice thing about this board and having the contact paper on the board. So if it does bleed through, you won't have a problem. And then I have this little plastic paper which you can use to help with the blending. And then, let's see, I think what we'll do is some of the lettering up here. So I think we'll leave out the mid-tone, and we're going to use a light and a dark. And I'm going to color the word create. And the way we're going to do it is, let's see, I want the top, if I want it to go from dark to light, or do I want it to go dark? Okay, we want it to go dark to light, right? Dark at the bottom and light on the top. Okay, so that means I had to think through that like 50 times. Okay, sorry. So what I'm going to do is use the brush tip ends, and I'm going to onto my plastic bag because I was too cheap to buy their blending thing. This works just fine. Lay down some of the darker marker and pick it up with the lighter marker. And then I can come in here, and what will come out first is the dark marker, and then it'll sort of gradiate out to the lighter marker, is the idea. And then you can come back with the darker marker and touch in if you missed a spot, and come back with your lighter marker and do your blending. Just like that. And we'll go again. Lay down some dark marker, pick it up with your light marker, start at the bottom, and move on up. And hopefully you didn't pick up so much dark that it doesn't gradiate, you know. And then sometimes it helps if you come down and add a little extra dark at the bottom, and then smooth it out a bit with your light, like that, just to sort of emphasize that you started with the dark. That's what I like to do, because sometimes the gradient doesn't come out quite as bold as you wanted it to. The other thing you can do, if it didn't come out as bold as you wanted it to, is take your colorless blender, which is basically, I think it's a glycerin based, water and glycerin in here, and you can lift out some up at the top to lighten it. See if this works. And if you work with it while it's moist and hasn't fully dried, you'll have better results on any markers, really, water-based or alcohol-based. So that should work. And then you always want to clean off the tip of your colorless blender, and these will get a little stained, the tips will, but as long as it's coming out blank on a piece of paper, then you know you're good to go again. Doesn't matter if it's stained. Okay, let's go again here, and then Steve, if they've got questions about this, they can ask. So plastic surface, any plastic surface, you could use anything. That's just a plastic bag. Putting a little bit of the dark, picking it up with my light. And this is going to be a little tricky because of the shape of the letter, but we'll just wing it and come up, and it should gradiate to the lighter color. And we're going to have to go just a little bit more here to fill in the areas that we missed. So we'll come down here and just kind of fake it and hope that it looks smooth blending. And then I come back with my dark, emphasize that we started with dark, and touch it just a bit here. I wish I could zoom in for you, sorry. But that just smooths it out. I'm just barely touching it, sort of kissing the where I laid the dark down to just kind of blend it. and that emphasizes it. And here you can see really good the difference of where I touched it. At least I can. Let me bring it up closer now. So here you can see right here is where I did the colorless blender, and it has lightened it to emphasize that I've gone from dark to light. And here there's no colorless blender. So it's kind of gone a little bit of a different color though. I don't know if I like that, but it definitely has gone to a lighter shade. So that has helped. Any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm going to try laying down a little bit more of the dark ink this time. Pick it up. Let's see if I can do the letter all in one. Kind of move from side to side, across the belly. Ooh, this is really messy. Oh, that went really messy. We'll have to go back and clean it up a bit. Okay, emphasize that it started dark. Blend it up. Kiss, 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 kiss. Clean that spot up again. Okay. Dark, light, and I do think I've decided to kiss the tops with the colorless blender. Okay, let's go again.
Eula says that she got some Jelly Roll Moonlights.
Ooh, those are nice.
And you have to be careful not to add more than one layer of color. It gets too wet and it bubbled her paper.
Oh, interesting. You could try a different kind of paper. Okay, that one really is, I must have picked up more dark than I thought because it stayed dark. It didn't go light very much at the top. So my colorless blender is really going to come in handy here this time to make sure it looks light. Lay down the dark, pick it up, and move on up the letter. Emphasize the dark. Blend it with the light. Just kiss, kiss, kiss. Touch in any areas that you may have missed. Colorless blender to lighten up the top. And we've got our words. Voila! Let me bring it up closer. There you go. Well, that could be a cute little video we could do right there. That would be a fun one to show everybody. Very cute. That turned out good. Looks nice with these. All right. Now, what else could we do with the tombos? How about some blue? Let me make sure I got this cleaned off and got all the dark tone out of there. Yep. I like how fast marker goes down. It's really fun. Okay, should we try some blue tombos? How about some blue down in here? How many people are on now?
See?
That's nice. I'm gonna try blue. Let's see, maybe a nice light blue to a medium. We'll do those two colors and keep the colorless blender around. This time I'm going to not worry about using the blending pad, whatever you want to call that, blending plastic. And I'm going to, let's see, maybe we should do this sort of horn or whatever it is that I drew. I don't know if I want that horn to be a blue sparkly thing. No, we'll do it with the blue. Okay. I'm wondering if we color the whole thing in the light blue first. Like that. And then do a little flick motion. Lay down just a little bit of the darker, and then come back with our light and flick down, excuse me, and then flick downward into the darker. That should give it a nice rounded look. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. Color the whole thing with the light blue.
Tammy says, very pretty, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Linda says, still here, was eating supper and watching.
Oh, what did you have for dinner? I don't know what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Dark blue.
Kimberly says, I was worried about the jelly rolls. May give it a test run. I don't have Tombos, just started in November.
Tombos are fun.
And Kelly is still here as well.
Hello. And downward with the light blue. Very good.
Bitten asked, do you color all your drawings?
Nope, I don't have time. Which is sad. There are some that I really get excited about coloring and then I just run out of time. That's okay though. Okay. I love the brush tip on the Tombow. It's still my favorite brush tip of all the ones I've tried. Pull down with the light. Good.
Lynn says, I bought the Tombow a few months ago and haven't used them yet. I bought them to watercolor on my stamps.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I know there's so many things you can do with the Tombows. That's one reason they were the first ones I invested in, was because you could play with them with your watercolor paints and with the brush and water. They'll do all kinds of things, so they are really, what's the word when you can use them many ways? There's a word. What is that word? When you can use something many different ways.
It's like versatile?
Versatile. They are a very versatile tool. You can letter with them, watercolor paint with them, color with them.
Kelly says, thank you for all your help. Please do a video on how you colored the letters.
Okay, we'll have to pull that out from this. We'll have to download this video and do that.
Eula mentioned if you let the jelly rolls dry between layers, it may help.
That's a good tip. Yeah, they almost go to a plastic type texture when you do that, so that might help.
Linda says she's never tried a brush tip.
Oh, they're really fun.
Oh, yep, and she just wrote versatile.
Ah,
Delay.
thank you. You saved me. If Steve hadn't gotten it, we would have been okay. Rose sits up. What just happened? Okay, well, we need to hurry and finish so that...
It's been 2 hours.
Has it? Okay. So what's the fastest way to finish this up here? If I do a blue in the middle... Let's see, we could do a darker blue. If we keep with the Tombos, they go really fast. Marker coloring is so fast. So let's stick with markers and finish up here. Oh, these don't have much of a difference in tone. Let's just stick with the lighter one then. Another way to do it if you have just one marker is to lay down one tone and then at the base or wherever you want the deep, go over it a few extra times and that will add extra pigment there and create a darker tone. So that's what we'll do here. We'll lay it down and then go over it just lightly with light flicks. It's a very popular word in the marker world is flick. They do a lot of flicking in the marker world. And then I think the center of these petals need to be a purple. Don't you think, Steve?
Yes.
We'll use a Tombow to do it. And I'm trying to decide if I should break the analogous color scheme for the flowers. What do you think, Steve?
Well, if you do, you should do the complementary color to the blue or something.
I missed a purple here. Well, that's just sad. Okay, we'll just pretend there's one big blue.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Alright, where's my purples?
There are no mistakes in color.
Nope. Shh, don't tells, though. Don't tell YouTube that I missed one. And this is not the right purple. I grabbed the wrong purple. Shh, don't tell. Shh. Okay, there. It's all better. Shh, don't tell anyone. This is a really weird blue I picked for this spot. I'm glad I'm only using it in one spot.
Are you getting tired?
Am I getting silly? I always get silly when I start getting tired. I'm tired. Okay. Oh, in here somewhere there should be some of this weird blue.
Linda said she saw that and thought it was on purpose.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was on purpose. Okay. Maybe it was Linda's fault for not telling me I missed it.
Blame it on Linda.
Okay, now we need the middle of the flower. It needs to be a pretty purple since I used such a weird blue for that last petal. Okay, I'm going to drop these markers on the floor if I'm not careful. Hang on tight. Hang on tight. I'm getting swallowed up by markers and gel pens and okay, I'm just going to tuck all these in here like this and tuck the colorless blender. Sorry, I'm off screen doing stuff here. Try not to do that too much. Okay, we're going to pick a pretty metallic or glitter purple for the center of these petals. Ooh, that's a pretty. I'm glad it was pretty because I didn't spend any time picking that.
Linda says yes, her fault.
Okay. There. Now everybody's eyes will go to that pretty purple middle instead of that weird blue I picked. And I'm using that smear pen again just to help the strokes smooth out. Not really to do anything more than just the strokes. Just so it looks nice and smooth and clean.
Lisa says, thank you so much for sharing your amazing free pages, and watching you color and giggle has been nice.
Aw, thanks for joining us. I'm almost done here, and I'll probably post mine somewhere on our Facebook page when it's all done, and then I'm going to go have fun looking at everybody's beautiful art on my Facebook page. It's so fun to see what everybody else did. Okay, now we get to do those tiny little flowers, and then I think I'm done. So if we do pick a different color, then like Steve says, we have to follow some sort of rule. So if we say the blue violet, or so I probably would need to pick in the yellows, huh, for my flowers.
Yeah, what's your
Mother color is probably blue.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I think the blue is what I've used the most.
So probably more of an orange.
Orange, so we could use orange gel pens. There's a nice couple orange. Oh, here's another orangish. There's a light, medium, and a dark. Okay, we're not going to think about it. We're just diving in, people. Okay. Ooh, this is very motivating music. Caps off. This is one of my favorite parts of gel pen art, when you have multiple tools in your hand and you have to move fast. There's something about it that's really fun.
I think, speaking of that case you were using, Kate says, don't you just love the markers case with the straps and the ones for pencils? Stops him from falling on the floor and breaking.
Yeah.
Christmas here.
I love having my stuff in good cases. And we're going to grab a red. I know it's not in the orange, but I'm feeling like that center needs to be just a tiny bit deeper. Okay, that looks good. All the caps are off and clicked now. Let's go on to this one.
Anna says, I'm so happy that you're feeling well enough to do this video while coloring. It's really helpful to follow you through the whole process. Thank you so very much.
I'm glad it's helping. I'm glad I'm feeling good enough to do it too. Okay, this time I'm doing the lightest part on the center of the flower, and now I'm just hitting these tiny little bits with the deepest part. Ooh, the pen's making that really cool crunchy sound. I love that sound. Around the edges with the medium tone. Speed coloring. This board is fun for speed coloring because you can
that's really nice.
just kind of pivot. Reminds me of that Friends episode. Pivot. Pivot. Do you remember that episode?
I don't.
You don't?
I remember you saying
I
that.
always say it. Huh? Okay. Okay, let's see how it's looking. Oh, I'm liking that. And then I'm going to use my red and do some little red dots in the middle of that flower because it looks a little too wah with orange. Okay, that's just a personal preference. Red in the middle. Wrong cap. I'm just pulling caps from everybody now. Everybody's got caps off. Uh-oh. Come on, you gotta go on right. Okay, I guess it's on right. Okay, I want to keep this one just really dark so it will show up next to my other big flowers. Okay, off to the next set.
Karen says you are silly.
I'm not silly. What are you talking about? I'm serious. Okay, spin around this. And now let's use the lightest one here. It's like a fluorescent. This flower glows in the dark. It's from the caves of Narnia.
You're getting tired, I think.
I am getting tired. And my ice pack I've got on my back, I think it's like hot pack now. It's time to be done with this coloring page. Okay. Good. And I can see all these spots I'm missing and alright, it's time to be done. Then we'll use the mid-tone again over here. These cute little circles were so fun to draw. I don't know what it is about drawing those little circles. When I do flowers like that, I love to do those circles. It's very satisfying. I think it's because it interrupts the pattern of that flower, and it's very satisfying to draw that interruption.
Doing a great job of making me laugh.
We're all going to be laughing at the end of this.
Turn off the music.
Why is it making you annoyed?
2 hours of stock music playing.
It's making me color faster though.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with the beat of this crazy music. Pivot! Pivot! Okay, lightest tone in the center again. And again, it feels too bold. Grab my red and dot it up. Okay.
Amanda says she gets tired and puts them aside sometimes for days.
Yeah. I usually put it aside and draw. And then I come back and color some more.
Sometimes because her hand starts hurting.
Yeah. Darn it. Sometimes changing up tools like I've been doing on this one helps that problem. Like if you really have to finish a project, like for a gift or something, if you plan it on it being a mixed media project, then it can help. And if you mix and go from tool to tool rather than sticking all with colored pencils or something, it can help with your hand fatigue.
Bitten says you need a good chai latte. How is she still awake? It's like... Bitten, what time is it there now for you? Is it like 2 a.m. or something?
Almost done.
Kelly thinks you should do yellow as well.
Do yellow?
Then would you be breaking your analogous complementary rule?
Maybe so. Do we not care?
Ooh, our rules are meant to be broken.
Always.
Kate says she loves your thumb ring. Did you say your son made it for you?
Yeah. My son makes silver jewelry. He has all these tools and he sets them all up in my kitchen and starts to solder and a hammer and make all kinds of rings are his favorite thing to make. And so he made I asked him, I wanted a new thumb ring, so I wanted just something simple and silver and a little bit of sparkle. So that's what he made for me. So.
Yeah, Ben says it's 2 a.m. there.
Wow, sounds like you're like me, Bitten, up in the middle of the night. Okay, bright yellow in the middle. Let's do these petals, bright yellow over here.
Kimberly says, rules. We can do this.
Almost done. Okay, and then on this one, I'm going to take and kind of do a flick up here and pull down and give that petal just a little definition because it looks sad. It's a sad little petal. And fill in these dots.
Adding those complementary colors really does. It's nice, isn't it?
It's just like that rule said, though. If you did too much, it would be too much. But just the little pop really helped. And I think if I wasn't so tired, I would probably come up and maybe do the same with the word. I would add the complementary colors I just did on the word sunshine. Don't you think? That would be really pretty.
Yeah.
Just to add, and maybe I'll do it anyway. I'm not that tired. I think it needs it. Those letter needs that. That's a inside joke between my husband and I. We watched a yoga, wasn't it yoga? Some sort of workout video from the 90s. And she was this awesome Latin lady. It was a Latin workout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And at the end, when you were done working out, she'd say that you need to do the stretching at the end. And she'd say, because those muscles need that, she'd say. And we always say that now. She was awesome. I missed that workout, but I think it's on VHS tape. I don't think we'll ever be able to play it again.
Eula says, I really enjoy watching your videos, and I have learned so much. Thank you, Jen. You help brighten my days. I've been sad my father passed on the 1st. Your videos helped me.
Oh, Eula, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that I could help in some little way. I'm so glad. We love you, Eula. You have found a group of friends. There's a lot of us here that have found a lot of comfort being together here and sharing art, and so glad you're here. I love that we all just love each other automatically here. It's just kind of a given.
And Kelly says, thank you. I must go now as I'm really struggling to stay awake at 1 in the morning.
You're a trooper that you're still here. Thanks for joining us, and sleep really good. Dream of silly analogous colors and
And Bitten, my son had birthday yesterday, 16th, and is allowed to be up all night this once a year.
Oh, that's a cool thing to do. What a fun tradition. That's a fun tradition. 16. Wow. Is Bitten in the U.S.? I can't remember.
No, she's the one that's in Denmark.
Denmark. In the U.S., when they turn 16, they get to get their driver's license. So that's a real landmark age. That's a big deal to turn 16.
I think Teresa just joined us. Hi from Maine. Beautiful
Oh,
picture.
hello. Hi. Welcome. I'm just putting the very last details on, and I'm acting a little goofy because I'm tired, and there's all kinds of links, and I think I've got the wrong caps on these. I'm going to have to go through all these and straighten it out here. But there's links to the picture up in the description. And
he turned 13.
13.
It was the 16th of January.
13. Uh-oh, now my eyes are starting to water. It's a good thing I'm almost done. I'm just adding a few little dots here to pull the rest of those complementary colors up and into the letters of the word. I'm trying to do it through my left eye. It's all tearing up now. This is reality, people. We go through pain for our coloring, right? My left eye is all stinging and watering. Pain for the picture. Just don't let the tears drop on the coloring page. That's all, right?
Maybe you'll find some new way of blending.
Yeah, you have to cry for your art now. Now you have to make yourself cry for the next step. Now you're getting silly, Steve. All right. Oh, I'm glad I did that. It needed that. That's gorgeous. Okay, then you got to sign it. What's the date? January what? January. Oh, it's really stinging now. Hurry, finish. What's the date, Steve? 16. 2017.
It just says go rest, Jen.
I think I need to. There, I signed it. Okay. There is your Analogous color scheme with a touch of complementary. And like I said, this is for part of our challenge that we're running, and it ends this Wednesday at 12:30 Mountain Time during my live event on Facebook. So come join me. We'll be doing more coloring. We'll probably be talking a little bit more about color theory. We may be talking about primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. What? Tertiary. Uh-oh, we're both getting silly. So you guys have a good day or a good night, depending on where you are in the world. And have a blissful, colorful day. And a sunshiny one, wherever you are. So, bye-bye!